Hello, kids. Today we're going to try this lesson a little bit different than maybe what you're used to. This is called a flipped lesson, where I've prepared this video ahead of time, and you guys are going to fill out the notes while watching this video. So the cool thing is you can pause this, fill in your notes, and then start back where you left off by playing it again and making sure you don't miss anything. We're going to start on our first chapter of Unit 1 of Geography, which is globes and other geographic tools. Our I can statement is, I can identify and label the main parts of a map. We're going to look at 4 different main parts of a map. They are key or legend, scale or scale of miles, direction indicator or compass rose, and title. Now, title isn't in your packet, but I think it's important for us to cover. So we're now going to go in more detail over each of the 4 main parts of a map, beginning with key or legend. A key or legend on a map explains what each symbol on the map represents. So if we look here is a map of the country of Bangladesh, which is in Southeast Asia. And inside here, we can see there's all these different symbols that represent something on this map. So for example, this black filled in star represents the national capital of Bangladesh, which is down here. And then these lightly colored solid red lines on our key or legend represents the roads that go through the country of Bangladesh. And if we come over here in the top right hand corner, we can see our key is labeled with red words that say police deaths and blue words that mean civilian deaths. So now we can kind of go through here and we can see what each of these things represent on each of the 2 maps. Our second main part of a map is the scale or scales of miles. It would be ridiculous if the map of an area were full size. A full-size map would be too large to read and would serve no useful purpose. For this reason, every map is smaller than the area it represents. A map uses a scale to show how much it has been reduced from the area it represents. Or in other words, the scale tells us what each distance on the map represents in real life. So the picture down here is an example of a scale. And on the top here, they may have 1 inch equals 8 kilometers. And down below, they may have 1 inch equals 5 miles. But if we come over to the second picture here, we can look towards the bottom, and down here is again example of a scale that we could use. So we could find the distance maybe between this symbol and this symbol using our scale on our map. Another example that's usually common that you'll see on maps is that 1 inch will equal roughly 100 miles in real life. So again, the scale just simply takes the distance in real life and shrinks it down so that we could measure it on a map in the classroom, on the computer, or anywhere else. Our third main part is our direction indicator, or sometimes known as the compass rose. The compass rose will always show us cardinal directions, such as north, south, east, and west. And so on this compass rose, we can see each of the 4 cardinal directions clearly labeled. However, sometimes direction indicators or compass roses show us intermediate directions. Those are going to be the directions that are in between the cardinal. So those are northeast, northwest, southeast, and southwest. So on this middle compass rose, you can see they clearly have labeled both the cardinal directions north, east, south, and west, as well as the intermediate directions, northeast, southeast, southwest, and northwest. And then on this map here is our scale again, and right above it, you will find our compass rose. The last main part that we're going to look at, which again is not in your packet, but is important for us to cover, is the title. Titles are very easy. They're just simply telling us what the map is that we're looking at. So for example, over here in the top left-hand corner, we know that we're looking at a political map of the world. And over here on the right-hand side, we know that we're looking at the climate classification or the climate grouping of Australia. Now what I'd like you to do is to finish watching this video by simply practicing labeling each of these 4 parts on this map here. This one here is the title. Down below we have the scale. In the top right we have the direction indicator. And down below we have the key or the legend. On this map, I want you to go ahead and to yourself label each of the 4 parts of the map. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask me. I hope you found that this way was beneficial to you, and that I hope that we can do more of it in the future.